Guys, exotic luxury line here at Sexywalls Podcast. People always ask me, how was the first trip when I went to Italy to do this type of business? Well, there's many times I went to Italy. The first time I went to Italy, the first time ever in my life, of course, I couldn't be able to go unless I was involved in this business, was when I was with Firenze. I actually went with Raymond Hofat. It's when we're all together. We went to Italy. We went to go visit the factory there. Very nice, very nice. But believe it or not, the United States at that time, the market of the United States is completely different from the market of Europeans. Everything was completely different. And how picky the designers and architects here, completely different from over there. I don't know if it's changed now, but it is. This is what I mean though. Everybody calm down. This is what I mean. I go over there to Europe, they start off with showing us projects, right? So we're looking at projects, and majority of the projects didn't look at all detailed the way we do detail here in the United States. From scratches all over the place, from corners not being correctly sanded, from discolorations in different parts, meaning you ran out of buckets, ordered more buckets, different colors. It wasn't, these are the Italians, it wasn't a grade 5 premium to me finish. And I was like, dude, this is bad. And then Raymond was like, nah, be quiet, they're the best, we can't say nothing to them. And I'm like, these are the guys are top notch, right? No disrespect, but that's what I saw from at that time. But imagine now the way, and I was learning at that time. I wasn't the best as what I am now, right? And that's me going there, and I'm like, so I go to the manufacturer, right? And they're teaching us their style, and I'm looking at their applicator, and to me I was like, man, this applicator is whack, and he's the Italian, and I'm like, dude, this guy only does boards for a living. I could just tell, and then I started teaching him tricks. Believe it or not, I started teaching him tricks, how to do things quicker, how to do things because it's the way we are in the United States. It's completely different, well, some parts of the United States, well, at least me. And even the color booklets that they have, that everybody gets, that people buy, and this is all because of me, so I want you guys to know that, all their color booklets were European colors. The colors were awful, but it was what they sold in Europe, right? So they were bringing these booklets to the United States. Of course, we were buying it for, at that time, maybe 15, 16 euros each, and never made those colors because the colors were wrong. So when I told them, I said, look, these booklets are beautiful, but these colors are no good for United States market. And they're like looking at me like, what the heck are you talking about? And I don't even think they ever thought of that, And I'm like, United States markets is all off-white colors. We're talking about 2004, 2005. Okay, that's how long ago it was. And I was like, these colors are no good. Nobody wants bright yellows, bright reds, bright greens. That's what they had. No bullshit. And they're like, oh, mental note, I guess. Because then the next time, they were completely different books, different colors, our type of colors. That's why the colors that you have now from all those European books that you get now from a manufacturer, that's because of me. So you're welcome. So basically, they changed the colors. Thank God. So anyways, when we're in Europe, things that I noticed, application-wise, it's like the Italians were like racing horses, like racing dogs. When they put the mask and they put the mask and they cannot move their eyes like this, they just look forward. They had basically one style, smooth. That's it, right? We invented the old world style, antiquato style, texture styles, because people in the United States wanted finish and plaster, but they didn't want smooth. So when we created these textures, I remember one of the Europeans that came down, oh, no, this is the wrong way of doing it. This is the wrong way of doing it. It's okay. We here in the United States give what the customers want. I want this feel, but I want it to feel more textured. I want it to be more 3D popping out. So what do? We have to create different styles. I want this, but I want this in this color. I want you to match this particular color. So we had a color matcher, right? So different things. So in the United States was completely different from the European market in that sense. and it was crazy. So we go to different projects, eat different foods there. Everything in that sense is great. The nicest people in the world, love them, stuff like that. But we're talking about in the market of Venetian plaster, and these are the masters of Venetian plaster. To me, in my opinion, they weren't, with all due respect, because of the things that I see here and then the things I see there. Like, we had to follow the rules, but we broke all the rules. This is why Firenze took it to a whole nother level, and that became because of me, because I broke all the rules in all that sense, right? Then there was a big fight with Firenze and Raymond. Raymond left, started Echo Walls, boom, boom. I stayed there. Then I left, started Exotic Wall Finishes, and boom, Exotic Luxury line. So all the knowledge that I have from all the stuff that's happened all over these in the Marmarino world, from different battles, from different companies and trial wars that nobody knows about, I'm involved in all that stuff. And prior to my company, Exotic Luxury Line, that's why you get the top notch with us. You get premium stuff with us. Best of the best. Best customer service, best in tinting, best in products, best in troubleshooting, because you have a real applicator that takes care of all these things, It's just how much I put into what I do here with love and respect. It's just all the things that I did. I took it to a whole nother level in that sense. That's why people love me, they respect me, and some people hate me because of it. But I speak the truth. I'm being real since day one about everything about this. So color systems, you work in a particular company, manufacturer, they have their own color system. Those books and all that, that's their own color system. They have a machine with their own tints, and if you buy from them, you have to have that tinting machine and that color system. That was a big problem for us. Why? Because those booklets that I'll talk to you about, those were the only colors we could get, right? But then the United States are like, I don't want that. I want Benjamin Moore OC 45. So we had to recolor match everything. See, what we did different was, forget using these tints from Italy. We're gonna use tints from the United States. Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams. We're gonna match those colors. Forget those beautiful books, we don't need them. We start with our own colors here in the United States. And this is what happened. Of course, we still have the books, then we actually color match them to a Benjamin Moore color, stuff like that, If that company doesn't have their tinting system. What do I mean? We're importing the tints here that cost way more money than buying the tints from the United States, and their machine, bringing their machine here, that when pieces breaks, we have to import it. People that work with machines, tinting machines, don't want to touch it because it's imported. They don't want to mess it up. They have to bring their own Italians to come fix the machine. Big problems. So you know what? Get a United States tinting machine, get United States tints, and we're talking about the best tints, no VOC tints, stuff like that, to tint. Get our own programs of tinting colors to make life way easier. That's why when people comment, I say, just pick a color from Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, and then we'll get the right color for you. And that's why we did that, for that particular reason, to make life easier for us and you, the applicator. So guys, basically everything from the Marmarino world, the knowledge that I have here, very strong. I bring it to you guys. I teach it to you guys. I teach it in my class. No skips, no sugarcoating stuff. It is what it is, man. This is the real Venetian plaster talk with Exotic Wall Finishes.